welcome back. We've been wanting to do this for a long time, so we are back. We're
going to talk about East versus West, Chinese versus American.
Yes.
Our favorite topic.
Yes. We're going to discuss household customs and habits, Chinese versus American.
Yes. Are you ready? Let's do it. So the first one, I think everybody knows, it's pretty obvious, is wearing shoes.
Yes,
right?
Definitely.
No shoes in the house. That's rule number one.
Absolutely.
We teach even our baby since day one.
Yeah. And some people, like your parents, have different slippers for different rooms.
That's true.
Especially the kitchen.
Yes.
Has a different slipper, and it's very complicated.
You were so confused. You was like, oh my God.
Ah!
Oh. Yeah.
And your mom immediately noticed I had the wrong slippers on.
I think they're more relaxed now because I think they realize it's much harder for you to keep track of.
There's different slippers. Well, like with the kids too. Oh my goodness, they don't wear slippers.
But I mean, my question is that for Americans, like, why do you guys wear shoes in the house? It doesn't even make sense.
No, I agree. Some Americans don't wear shoes, and I was one of those for quite some time.
But I do remember there was something funny because when I first moved to California, I meet my friends and they were like, oh, let's throw a party at your house. I was like, sure. And then, but you guys need to take your shoes off when you come to the party. And then they were like, we're not going to be like standing around without shoes having a party.
That's true. He used to have these Halloween parties. They were like dance parties. Yeah.
So I end up
you have to let them wear shoes.
Let everybody wear their shoes, and then I have to spend like a day after they left to clean up the whole house. All right, second one.
Yes. Americans use a top sheet on their bed.
Which is very confusing because I don't even know what that is. Every time when I buy a set of bed,
what is this?
What is this extra thing? I was like, I gotta throw this away because I have no use of it. Never even heard of it, never even seen it. And I think I'm still confused by like the top sheet, the duvet cover, and then there was like a bed skirt. I mean, like, it's kind of overwhelming for me.
Well, it's interesting because Europeans don't use a top sheet either.
Yeah,
so is it just Americans and Canadians? I don't know.
I think it's just Americans and Canadians.
What do you guys do? I'm curious. Do you like a top sheet or do you just have a duvet cover?
Have you even heard of a top sheet? It's a sheet between your blanket and you. Right?
And it's not fitted like the tight one.
Correct.
And we have so many in our closet that we never use. I think I recently just got rid of them. Donated them for recycled material because what are we going to do with them?
That's true. The other thing related to the top sheet, I mean, when we're talking about bed is, I think Asians in general like firm bed, like much firmer. Like for you guys have all kinds, not just a mattress. You want to have, what was it, pillow top?
Pillow top, or a lot of people like those foam toppers.
Correct, yeah. Because we remember we have a friend that visited us and stayed with us, and, the bed we had, it was like so comfortable. Like at least for us, right?
Yeah, I really like that.
And after a few days, she was like, well, I gotta tell you the truth. I've been sleeping on the floor because your mattress is too soft.
Too soft, yeah.
And that is like actually a relatively firm mattress for us.
Yeah, it's not terribly soft.
And she didn't like it at all.
Yeah, so she was sleeping on a yoga mat on the floor.
Yeah, and I remember my parents always liked like much firmer mattress.
Yeah.
They said it's better for the back.
It probably is, yeah. Definitely soft mattresses aren't good.
So what do you guys like? Do you guys like firm mattress or soft mattress? I'm curious. All right, next one. Super easy.
Super important.
Super important too, yes.
Ice. We recently had an issue with our ice machine, and I was freaking out because we need ice. It's getting to be summertime. Need to have some fresh ice for our cold drinks.
Yeah, and I remember when you went to my old condo, my ice machine was never used.
Never used,
and
yeah.
You're like, what's going on
I
here?
know, and then it smelled like fish. I don't know if that's because it never was used or you put fish in there or what.
And I get so used to you guys because I went to one of my Chinese friend's house
Yeah.
one time, and I asked, was like, oh, can I have some ice for my daughter's water? They were like, we don't have ice. I was like, what?
They don't use ice either.
And I think just even going to the restaurant in Asia, I mean, most of the time you're not going to have ice. I think ice is more like a luxury thing, to begin with. But I think now it's probably more common. Like for you guys, even in the winter, right? You go to a restaurant, they
serve
water.
you ice. I don't like that. When it's cold, I don't want to have ice water.
Yeah.
But they tend to serve you ice water.
Yeah, you always ask for ice water. I always ask for a cup of hot water. That's the main difference.
Yeah. Hot water at a restaurant is weird to me, but...
It feels good. It's like a comfort thing. So that's the opposite of ice is that, all the Asian house, you need to have an electric kettle.
Yes,
right?
That's true. Lots of hot water.
Yeah, definitely. You need to boil the hot water to drink the hot water, drink the tea. And if you go to, like in Asia, if you go to hotels, actually,
they'll have hot water.
They always have a kettle in your room. Not in American hotels. You're not going to find a kettle.
Yeah, you will be disappointed.
Yeah, so be aware of that if you ever, travel to the U.S. and want some hot water.
The British, they're big into tea, so they have kettles.
They have kettles, so
yeah.
So sometimes when I travel and want hot water, the only way I can do it is use the coffee machine. And not put the coffee in and just boil the water. The problem is that it tastes kind of like coffee.
Yeah, that's not good.
But that's my only option.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I remember we visited your parents in the summer, and there was no ice.
That's true.
And it was hot. So I think I got ice from a restaurant, right?
You did.
From the glass in the restaurant, and I poured it into my water bottle and I took it home.
That's
and
true.
I enjoyed it. It was so good.
That's true. And the funny thing is that I can drink any hot drink any temperature. 100 degree outside, I'll drink.
He will order hot coffee when it's 100 degrees outside.
Literally.
I can't do that.
Yeah. So that's the difference.
Yeah, that's the Chinese in you.
But you do like scorching hot water when you're taking a shower.
Yeah, I like hot showers.
I can't stand. It was like, oh my god, it's like burning my skin. And you're like, oh, it feels so good.
It feels so good.
But I cannot drink hot water.
No.
The next one would be the dishwasher, right?
Yes. Since having kids, we have heavily used our dishwasher.
Yeah, before it's just a drying rack.
That's what it is. And that's what most Chinese do. They wash their dishes by hand.
Exactly.
So we were using our dishwasher like crazy recently, especially being home all the time.
That's true.
And we discovered we had a leak. So now we have no dishwasher.
Back to the basic.
Now we're washing by hand again.
Yeah.
It's full circle.
And it's tough, right? Because I don't know, I don't understand why when you have kids, you use so many dishes.
It's
utensils dishes. Yeah. It's like you use 20 people's amount of dishes and utensils every day.
Yeah, especially if you're eating it at your house. Yeah.
Insane. I mean, that same applies to the next one that's similar, which is washer and dryers, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Asians use washers too.
Yeah.
But dryer, it seems like it's not a thing,
Not as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because if you go to Hong Kong, you will see all tons of clothes hanging outside on the bamboo stick. Now it's probably not as common, but when I was a kid, I remember that, the apartments actually have specific racks outside for you to hang your clothes.
Oh, actually. Okay.
Yeah, so I remember that specifically.
But was there a dryer available for you or not?
When we were young, I don't believe we had there's only a
washer.
Yeah, washer, no dryer. But the funny thing is that my parents in Canada, they have a washer and a dryer, but my parents
never use.
My parents still don't use the dryer. Yeah. My parents still have the brand new dryer in the basement. They like to, dry their clothes. I think it's just become, habit.
And your parents like the smell of the sun.
That's true.
Drying the clothes. And I remember when they visited, it was very important to dry it outside because I think I was drying it inside on a rack.
Yeah.
and it doesn't get that sun smell.
That's
for
right.
Certain,
That's right.
So.
And I think, again, from an environmental perspective, it's probably better, right? Why
definitely.
Why not take advantage of
And,
it?
well, it saves the clothes. I mean,
That's true.
my tight jeans, I don't put those in the dryer.
That's true.
They would shrink.
The only problem is that if you dry in the sun, and some of these is like so hard that...
I know, they get so wrinkly and hard.
That too.
Yeah.
Next thing I noticed when I first moved to the US is that there's no light in the rooms for you guys or Americans. There's no ceiling light.
Well, it depends. It depends on the house, But yeah, some of them don't come with lights.
Yeah, I think most of them.
Maybe cheap ones.
I guess they assume you're gonna install your own lights or something. It's just a weird thing.
Maybe
like for
apartments.
Me.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe just apartments.
I don't know if that's an American thing.
Also locks. Yeah, door locks. There's no locks in each room. It's crazy.
Okay, is that American or do Chinese? Do they all have locks?
Yes, every room has a lock.
Every room has a lock. Okay.
What do you guys think?
Can someone verify this? And do you guys have lights on all in all the ceilings?
Yes, because I think it's American thing. There's no ceiling light and there's no lock in any of the rooms for you guys.
But just as an example, in our house, we do have ceiling lights in all of the
But
rooms.
no locks. Yeah, we have ceiling light because we have a ceiling fan.
Yes, we have a ceiling
because
fan.
of the fan, not because of the light. Correct? Yeah.
I don't know.
So I want to know. Leave us a comment. Maybe I'm wrong. So this, Next one is the big thing for Chinese is cooking. So in the kitchen, we always first, we want a gas stove for sure. Okay? Electric stove, forget about it. We're not buying this house. If a Chinese come in to buy a house and see that it's not a gas stove, they're not going to buy the house. So that's the thing. For Americans, right? It doesn't matter for you guys, electric or gas.
I disagree a little bit because gas is seen as something better than electric.
Right, but you guys are okay with the electric, correct? You're like, electric, I can live with that. Like for Chinese, it's like, no, forget about it. Doesn't matter how amazing this house is, I'm out of here. Right?
Yeah, but I like gas better too. I think most people do. For whatever reason, there's a ton of electric stoves that were houses that can't have gas hooked up here in America. I don't know what happened in the 80s or the...
Well, the other funny thing is that for you guys, a vent is not a big thing because like a lot of the houses, the vent is going back into the house. It's not like, if you have a vent, the vent's supposed to go all the way out of the house. Yeah. But I've seen so many houses, it's like the vent is like venting back into the house. It's like, does it even make sense?
Yeah.
I think for us is because, cooking is such a...
Smells.
Yeah, cooking is such a big thing for Chinese society, right? So you cook a lot, so it smells, so you have to get the, oil, whatever, smell out of the house. So, and speaking of buying house, the big thing for Chinese is the Feng Shui, right?
Yes.
If the house is facing towards
the street,
then it's a no-go.
Yeah, my very good friend, her house, whenever I drive up, I always think about that because the road directly leads up to her house.
Yeah,
and that is what you don't want.
Yeah, not for Chinese. See that, no-go.
Yeah, and then if you open the door, the stairs should not be
facing the door directly.
So ours is okay because we have a curved staircase.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be, I think, because it's right near the door. But
yeah. If the stairs is facing the door, you lose all the money. The money is flowing outward.
We don't want that. So our house is Feng Shui approved.
Feng Shui.
But I never really thought about it when we bought this house. Did you?
Not facing the street, yes.
We do have a cul-de-sac across the way.
No, well, that's not directly facing. Okay. Yeah, if it's directly facing, I would tell you no.
Yeah? We never really had that conversation, so I'm glad you checked that before.
I think subconsciously I was like, okay, that's okay. All right, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoy it and let us know if there's anything else that we missed?
Yes. I'm almost certain we have forgotten something. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And we do love to talk about these kind of topics.
It's fun. It's fun. And it's, you know, we're not trying to put out stereotypes. It's just fun observations.
That's what we know.
Yeah.
Right? Again, you know, everyone is different. Maybe, you know, you're like, oh, this is BS, but whatever, that's what we think. You know, I think the important thing is that you learn from each other and then you adapt. And that's what it is. Adapt and compromise.
Mm-hmm.
So let us know what are the things that you want us to cover, you know, regarding cultural differences. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye. Take care.